try to first pick the only available mage right now that's still quite viable. The Valentina, is it? I'm thinking Valentina.
Yep.
We've seen Nana as well pop off.
Nana.
I don't know if they want to go for the Nana or the Valentina here. They instead go for the Paquito, so they do not want to utilize that Ruby flex. They instead want to just take away from what Pi can utilize in the XP.
Are we going to see a Benedetta though? I mean, it was, it was flashy before, but again, we don't see Pi liking that kind of playstyle, that kind of dual assassin kind of heavy playstyle. So most likely not, but with the dashes, I mean, the Phobius comes to mind.
No
it
way.
is a possibility against a Paquito, against a Ruby, it can work. But aside from that, the mid lane is where I'm thinking. Is it going to be some kind of AoE? Someone that can, like a Valir, right? We saw Valir being used by Rasi, not by the mid laner for Alter Ego before. But in this composition, it kind of makes sense with all the fighters available to Bigetron.
Yeah. It's going to be the Nana and the Yuzong as Alter Ego conclude their draft. Now, of course, for Bigetron, what mage do they want to pick? Of course, Valentina, like Mirko mentioned, still up for grabs. A lot
Faramis?
of good ultimates as well. Faramis can also help them prolong the fights, sustain it, because they have been losing in the fights previously against Alter Ego, so I think Faramis could still be up in the cards.
I think Faramis works fine if, especially if they want to just stay there and hold their ground, because anyone else, any other mage, will be forced to just back away, right? Just zone away from all the big fights that are going to be definitely going to be happening when you're contesting for that neutral objective.
Yeah, I think that could be the case as well. As Bigetron seek out their last pick. Kind of solid one for Alter Ego. Bigetron, how will they conclude their draft? It's going to be the Valentina in the hands of Moreno. So I think that could be, and that's just, you know, that could be the safeguard for Bigetron as well to fare against this Nana in the mid lane against Krite. That will be very, very unique.
Well, the Valentina can do that for sure. Good sustain, good wave clear, but not the same kind of teamfight presence.
Yeah.
No Molina to be as annoying as possible in that in those long team fights. So we'll have to see who really gets on top, not only in the fights, but also in the setup battles.
Yeah, setup battles will be very important, and that Molina could really, really rattle through the frontliners of Bigetron and maybe isolate them even more. So far, this Valentina will be, you know, will have a hard task. We'll have a huge task above him as well, for Moreno as well, and trying to maximize the usage of this Valentina. And for the junglers as well, still trying to linger around the tanks and the fighters in Fredrin and Barat. But here we go back to the Land of Dawn as we resume the chaotic battle between Alter Ego and Bigetron.
Here it is, into the Land of Dawn. Will it be a 2-0 clean sweep for Alter Ego? Or will Bigetron Alpha this time, with a bit more of comfort in the mid lane, will they be able to force a third game in the series in the Chaos Derby?
Yep, Chaos Derby spells it out right, of course, with a lot of kills coming in. The bloody battles that we have seen, and Moreno, you see, there's so much lane pressure if you're playing Nana. This Valentina is forced to back off. You have a lot of poke, and Rasi jumps in towards Key.
A little bit of a early initiation. Iman jumping in. Rossi is actually going to be the one who wins it out. Key's very low. He might have to flicker out, and he does. Iman gets a good little hit over to Rossi. It's another flicker, burnt out. 2 flickers very early on. It's called the Chaos Derby for a reason.
Yeah. And keep in mind, later on, it's going to get even more chaotic, and that's why Bigetron are going for 2 Purifies, knowing that the backline is going to be so vulnerable, and the last thing they want to do is get stuck in a CC chain lock, like with the Pi Furious Dive Petrify combo, followed up by Rasi or Taz potentially. So I think the big combo is on the side of Alter Ego, but when it comes to skirmishes, Bigetron Alpha has a bit of an edge right here. But Iman with the weapon mastery, he's banking on that late game as well. Nino trying to go for something more aggressive in the lane with the Swift, more attack speed, more passive stacks. We'll see who comes out on top in the end.
Yeah, I think so far pressure has been exerted on both sides of the teams. Superken standing by up in the XP lane, and it's gonna be a 50-50 fight for Pi with this Yuzong and also Rizzo with the Xborg. They're trying to put out a lot of members up in the top lane. Moreno is there for the fight. Superken is as well. So far, I think they will engage towards the fight.
Death is welcome. throwing it in over to the wall. Rossi with vengeance onto the back line. Chorizo with the knockout strike. Rossi's really low. Will just get stomped on. Razor's breath and even a dive from Pi. But Bigetron Alpha win out of the skirmish. Now Key walking up, trying to look for that I'm offended. A good taunt to stop him from going for any more jungle for XP and roam. Taz pulled back now over to Chorizo, but look at the damage coming through. Good knockout strike to get out of that ultimate. Krite still chasing. Oh, what a good snipe, the boomerang. Krite picks up a kill, makes the trade even.
Boomerang goes boom. As Krite gets another kill as well. Makes it even out for 2 kills. Being secured by Alter Ego, of course. Turtle up in the fight. They want to engage because they want to fight this pressure. Again, the Molina is so annoying as it skirts Turtle.
Very, very annoying. As we can see from Bigetron earlier, they were not able to capitalize on the little win.
We're muted.
And now we're gonna see how Bigetron plays around this neutral objective. The second one here. Eman's walking up again in that gold lane. I think right now, with the way that the things are going on to XP, BTR might be looking to enable Eman very early on.
Yeah, I think Eman will try to fight forward. And of course, so far, the response coming from Bigetron has been very good. You know, Moreno was already standing up in the XP lane, ready for that, 3-man fight. So far, Nino is fine, even in, fine and dandy. Not too much pressure coming in from them, and they're moving in units now. It's 4 with 4. Trying to exert the pressure, but Alter Ego leaving that mid lane open as Krite tries to come for the response. And so far, not much being able to be seen. The player gold as well, trying to be by OBS gold. Eman still up there, 2.8k. Moreno second. So Nino hasn't been able to really match the farming speed from Eman. Of course, Bruno as this counter in lane against the carry. And the carry has to step up, has to step forward to really hit, as Bruno will just chill behind, hitting up with the extra range that he has. So far for Bigetron, it's looking very good if they could really prolong this lead and as well sustain all of this, advantage coming in for Eman.
Sure. Despite Super Ken losing out or dying early on and Alter Ego able to get the turtle, it does seem like, again, yeah, for Bigetron, they still have that gold lead, I think mainly due to the laning pressure that they have in the XP and even the gold lane. They do have 2 winning lanes. Even in the jungle department, Super Ken's actually ahead over Taz. Chorizo's trying to clear out right now. Super Ken is on the turtle with Taz as well. Rossi jumps in, Denton is welcome by Super Ken onto the wall, and Taz wins out the retreat battle on Super Ken all alone, petrified. Kane CC'd and taken out a 4v1 in the turtle pit. Meanwhile, Bigetron looking for a trade, doesn't even get it. Nino playing the weak side like a god, and actually wins out in the trade even against Eman.
Yeah, weak side master is what we can call him, because he hasn't been able to get the prio up to the bottom lane. However, Bigetron not yet able to punish Nino so far.
Look at they're coming in to conceal from Rossi and Krite. They're planning on going for something right here. It might just work against a Ruby though. Do they want to do that?
There's the final flash. He will use it. He flickers out of it, but the bottom lane will be taken away right now as Moreno rotates over. Goes for the stun, finds Taz, but the turret has been taken down. Now it's a deep dive from Rossi onto the other side. Chorizo chases him down, finds a knockout strike to take the roamer. But Rossi is very happy to be the sacrificial lamb for Alter Ego. As long as Krite and Nino are able to escape, they should be all good here. Bigetron still holding on to the lead. Right now, they will be able to trade the turret back in the bottom lane. And Pi actually, interestingly, does not decide to push out that wave to take the turret down. Chorizo should be able to clear out that wave.
Yeah, so much pressure, of course. That wave has been stopped up top for Pi. And for Chorizo, he has to come up and respond to that wave push. But so far, that was kind of like an overextension coming in from Rossi. He was able to escape. He was able to let his teammates escape, though, so that's all good. And I think Alter Ego will try to stabilize everything now.
Well, Pi now, looking at the items, has the Hunter Strike, so he can run down and just hunt down the backline members of Bigetron. And on the other side, for Chorizo, he's going for a lot of components here, just to try to get a bit of everything and try and be a bit of an all-rounder. For Krite though, on the Genius one, here he has ways to really shred down the magical resistance. Fortunately, he doesn't really have a lot of additional magical damage coming from the rest of the team, but look at Pi getting jumped on right now.
Black Dragon form though gets him out very low. Pi is out of the fight already. He's gonna have to go to the waves just there. Eman will be utilizing this, capitalizing with the siege. Nino able to get the golden staff, still farming alone in the bottom lane. This does give Bigetron Alpha an advantage, a massive one, to take the turtle. And it does seem like Bigetron will be able to take it for free. Alter Ego will just concede it and head over to path towards the bottom lane.
Yeah. A little bit of a sneak peek with the hand cam as well from Taz. Can't be Samsung new Galaxy A55G, but Super Ken will be able to secure the turtle. So no contestation coming in from Alter Ego, but Nino up in the bottom lane. They want to chase Rizzo down.
And they are able to do so just a bit. Krite is all alone there, loses the passive. Rossi is still in the back line, isolated. He went in a bit too deep.
Oh!
Good escape from Rossi. Has to burn out his flicker, but it's A-okay. Now Taz is looking for an opening in the mid lane, dashes forward, gets a taunt down. Super Cat now, death is welcome. They want to burst him down, and they should be able to do so. All, wow, that's a lot of resources onto Taz. And also a tier 1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, soaking up all the resources from Bigetron. He does in the end though, but Alter Ego so far has been very, very proactive in the movements, and Krite almost loses his life, especially without the passive. So he has to be more wary now.
The damage potential from the Molino Blitz, Nana's ultimate, is just so insane right now. And Moreno is doing a great job using it tactically, but so is Krite, man. He's been placing his spells down in the right exact moment to be annoying, to be detrimental to the plans of Bigetron. But Bigetron are maneuvering around it so well, and they can use Sorizo now to do what kind of gained him notoriety back then when he first showed up on the scene. The split push, the mobility. Pi, of course, can be more active in the middle of a fight, but Sorizo is constantly just pressuring again and again, making space for his team to get the prio across the map.
No, Eman is the one doing what Nino did to him, but it's onto turrets, not onto members. Alter Ego played the team fighting game. Bigetron are playing the sieging game, man. 3-4 in 9 minutes. Low action in MPL Indonesia, and they're just eating turrets.
Yeah, it's insane how they were able to get 5 turrets in the blink of an eye.
With no Lord.
Yeah, with no Lord even so far, because how we have seen Pi showing up the top side turret, and they were able to fight it all in the bottom lane. However, still, Bigetron with the turret lead and the lanes pushing out for them, it's going to really help Sorizo unlock this Paquito, sort of ceiling that could be used later on, especially in that late game. But Key with a pull towards Taz.
Yeah, now the all-in as well. Ooh. But they do decide to back away. They've done enough damage to Taz. Super Ken will be holding on to the Lord now. They have a slow push built up top. And for Alter Ego, they will concede. This fight is a bit too risky for them to fight.
This is the weakness of Alter Ego's draft. They have good crowd control, good damage, but only when they're moving forward. On the back foot, it's almost non-existent. The only real person that can really do anything moving backwards is Krite on the Nana. And Nino, to a degree, but with such a short range, he doesn't really want to risk it. Here's a game fact by the new application GoPay though. In MPL Season 12, Paquito became the most picked hero for Sorizo with 11 picks and a 72.73% win rate. Like we said, gave him the notoriety that a lot of people banned Paquito against him for, but look at this play!
Oh, final snatch on the 3, Eman! Forces to purify and then dive into the back. Eman gets caught, he's still able to escape it with nature. He tanks up so much damage, but will be taken down. The turnaround with the final slash earlier from Rossi. A good trade back now with the Black Dragon Foreman coming back over. Moreno against everybody. Now using the Furious Dive to disengage, getting the kite again. Taz will dash forward, no taunt to lock Bigetron down. A 2 for 2, but it's worth it for Alter Ego. They were able to prolong the game and prolong the siege. They defend all base turrets.
Rossi slashes Bigetron towards oblivion, towards chaos, and they were able to withstand all the push coming in towards the mid lane. That mid lane turret still able to survive, and so far this is going to be Alter Ego trying to clear out the lanes now because Bigetron has to move back. And of course, for Alter Ego, they can look to stabilize the game here because Bigetron has been leaping so far with all of the leads that they have.
Yeah, this moment is going to be so important. This is the replay presented to you by the Pressure Tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy. All began with Rossi, and the fact that Bigetron were desperate almost, or just over-eager to capitalize with the Lord to go for the base turret, which they really want for the macro pressure. But afterwards, I mean, they can't really move past the turret, and Alter Ego abandon everything. They even let the Lord hit on the base turret. It doesn't matter. They just move in because they know this is one of the only moments in the game where they can fight moving forward. It's almost like their win condition.
Yeah, that is their win con. But of course, don't forget, Oraimo is our official audio partner, has the new Free Pulse Light exclusive 80th edition they can pick up soon. But of course, for Alter Ego now, they're readying up the siege up in the jungle. Rumble in the jungle. Be up in the cards, only trying to take the red buff, but Rassi is able to move forward. The slash connects.
Oh, two-man, I'm offended right into the combo. Moreno shredded down. Now it's Iman who's going for Taz. Moreno's basic attacking Taz, and it's Key with the sight to end his life in the 12th minute of the game. 20-second death timers. Is it enough to end?
That could be possibly enough, but I think the defense coming from Alter Ego will be so eager to be done right. Still has the boomerang trying to pull. Oh, what a pull!
And I'm offended flicker combo. Rassi with the final slash. That might just be his final slash of the game. Bigetron set their sights on the base. Nino in the midst of it all now jumping forward. Bigetron looking for the end. They have a Bruno. They have Soriza, the zone in the back. Pride pops in Molina, also trying to clear the way. Black Dragon towards the back line right now. He does have the pension fly. Will he be able to use it? No, he won't. He'll be shredded down before he can. Nino gets brought back to the team as one of nature. Will be able to dish out a little bit of damage right now as Taz finds a 3-man top, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone down. BTR holding on, but now they might have to decide to go for the Lord instead.
They hold on for dear life, but the Lord is going to be the next menu. For Bigetron, they have wreaked so much chaos up in the base of Alter Ego. Thankfully, though, Pi was up in time to really split the fight in two.
Well, now with an equal man disadvantage, there is a potential there for Alter Ego to risk the fight, but they go for the more level maneuver. They do know that later on, they will have a lot more damage advantage, especially against the front line, on using that carry as Shred. That's a very tall order for now, though, as even if you look at the items, Rassi, it's only having 2 items completed and just a bunch of components here to try and have some kind of staying power in the middle of all these fights. Bigetron, man, they are going very aggressive, but they were unable to really get the win there, almost risking a potential comeback from Alter Ego.
Yeah, and as you can see, Eman has 6 items up in his pocket, so all his boots to that, and I think his damage is not to be underestimated. He has been riling up so much pressure with the auto attacks as well, and now Alter Ego seek to defend this Lord marching into the base.
Good job by Alter Ego earlier. Taz jumping forward, now brought back by the missiles. He has the immortality. The backside is going to be targeted down by Pi right now. Super can gets shredded down. Iman trying to do the same thing over to Taz, dashing forward. Now one of them in nature. Nino doing the same thing. Final slash cancel 2 times. Chorizo knocks him back to the base, and now the base is open. Iman is looking for kills, though he is hungry to look for redemption. We're getting a game 3 in the series in the Chaos Derby.
And winning moment presented to you by Samsung new Galaxy A55G. That is going to be the victory for Bigetron as they equalize the score. Redemption indeed for Eman as he's able to kick off all the chaos for Bigetron. Alter Ego did have their grasp on the game for the first few minutes, however, they weren't able to sustain the